No, I'm not happy. I'm not happy, pal. These numbers over here, you know what I'm seeing? I'm not seeing that you're not hitting your protein goals. How do you expect the clown army to take down the fascists if we're not strong and lean, okay? You gotta start taking this stuff seriously. Let me introduce myself. My name is Velvet and I'll be your clown for today. We're just gonna be talking about protein in itself in a vegetarian context. I myself am a vegetarian clown, and it is still important to hit those protein goals. And many people, when they think of vegetarian protein, they think of tofu. And now listen, I am anything but a tofu hater. I want to start by defending tofu because she gets a bad reputation. And yes, she's a she because she's perfect and I'm a feminist. Number one, people complain that soybean production is one of the main reasons for deforestation. And yes, that's true, but almost I think 80% of it, I'm gonna fact check, 80% of that soybean production is actually for animal feed. So most of the soybean that is being farmed is not even for human consumption, it's to feed your animals. Two, the whole estrogen debate. Now I also need to look into this further. I didn't fact check before filming, but people think that it raises your estrogen levels, that it makes you a soy boy. This is plant estrogen. Even so, why would you be afraid of a little estrogen? Come on. The world could use a couple more dolls. Okay, and number three, the one that people always bring up, is the taste. That tofu has no taste, and it's weird, and the texture is boring. You don't know how to cook tofu. Go watch a video from a Chinese grandma explaining how they cook tofu, alright? You don't need to press it, you don't need to squeeze out all the moisture. These are primitive white methods, okay? So for today's video, I've found 5 different alternative protein sources to tofu that come from around the world. I haven't tested all of these. This is actually my first time trying a lot of them, so we're gonna be experimenting in this video a bit as well. Don't take this as a tutorial, take this as a learning experience. Learn with me. Come on, take my hand. It's gonna be okay. I'm really enjoying my makeup today, but do not look at my eyebrows, okay? You don't ask a woman about her age, you don't ask a man about his male pattern baldness, you don't ask a drag queen about their shitty blocked brows, alright? So the first protein that we're going to be trying is one that I haven't ever had, but I've seen on Instagram a lot and I'm really excited, and it's tofu. Made of lentils! Now, why is this great? One, it was incredibly easy to make. All I had to do was soak the chickpeas for 15 minutes, blend them, and then put them in a saucepan for maximum 5 minutes until they thickened up. I put them inside a container, and then 2 days later, we have a brick. Now, lentil tofu is actually inspired by Burmese tofu, from what I've found out, and Burmese tofu is a similar concept but made out of chickpea flour. So it's chickpea flour that's been mixed with water, cooked on a saucepan, and then thickened up and kept in a block like this. It also reminds me a lot of some Italian dishes that also use chickpea flour, like pannelle from Sicily and, farinata from the north. Look at that! It actually solidified into a block. That is so cool! So with this lentil tofu, I am gonna make a little Thai curry. So I'm just gonna be doing my basic Thai curry recipe that I do practically all the time. Before putting this into the curry, I'm going to slice it up into smaller chunks and fry them. Now, as you can see, these center pieces are super firm. Now we just need to try frying them. Oh, that's hot. So as you can see, they're getting nice and crispy. I wanted to try one of these disintegrating pieces to get a taste. The initial taste is kind of bland, just salty, but then the aftertaste is almost cheesy, and it's really creamy, and of course there's a lentil taste, but it kind of comes off as, now this might sound very white, but spicy. Okay, so I've prepared myself a bowl of my curry and lentil tofu, and let's give it a try. I'll be honest. It doesn't have much flavor when you throw it into something like this. Texture-wise, it also does just dissolve. It stays mushy. If you miss the meat texture as a vegetarian, this isn't going to satisfy you. But I do like the crispiness on the outside. I think this would be way better as a snack. Having this as like a little crispy snack, maybe making a seasoning powder to throw around it. Or Remember I mentioned panella? Or panelle? I don't remember. The way that that is sometimes eaten as a little snack is literally just as a sandwich in between bread. Because on its own, this has this cheesy flavor, and it is still high in protein. So just have this in a sandwich with some mayo and some greens. I think that would be great. Don't get me wrong, this is delicious. But I won't lie, tofu would be more satisfying. Alright, so in the meantime, while we wait for the lentil tofu to fry up, I want to talk about a second protein that is not technically plant-based, but it is vegetarian, and it's a type of cottage cheese. I know, you're probably thinking, ew, cottage cheese. But I bet that what you're thinking about right now is a high-protein recipe made by some American white woman. Now hold my hand, okay? Let's take away that first problem, alright? And let's just think of a white woman that we trust, okay? Yeah. And when I think of that, I think of Anya Gotuje. And I'm gonna be talking about Twarog. Twarog is a type of Polish, General Eastern European farmer's cheese, and it's not the same as the typical cottage cheese that's like slimy and clunky and chunky and ew. This one holds together in one piece. It's solid, and it can be used for so much in traditional Eastern European cooking. I'm not joking. If you want to use Twarog in some kind of way, go to Anya Gotuje's website, just search Twarog, and you'll see hundreds of recipes. Some of them are sweet, some of them are savory. As it says on the packet, this whole block has 42 grams of protein. Not bad. I'll be honest, I don't have a crazy recipe to show off for this, but we did use it this morning to make some naleśniki, which are just pancakes that are filled with a filling of Twarog mixed with Greek yogurt. You just serve it with some jam. It's awesome, okay? It's like having just a creamy filling in pancakes. It's great. Now, some people still might not be a fan of the chunky texture, and honestly, all I can say is get over it. If you're not fully convinced yet, I have another way to convince you to consume Twarog that is really delicious and practically cheesecake. These are the OG Slavic protein bars. So these are kind of bar inspired by serniki, which is, yeah, a cheesecake made out of Twarog or any kind of farmer's cheese. And they come in different flavors. They're sweetened. They're covered in chocolate. Okay, I guess I have to try one on camera for you guys. I have coconut, condensed milk, cherry, and strawberry. The cherry one is really speaking to me right now. Oh, this one is beautiful. Now you can find this in the fridge or freezer section of most Eastern European stores. It's literally just pure cheesecake filling. Awesome! 5 grams of protein. I'll be honest, guys, I just wanted to talk about Twarog. 1, because I am a huge Poltaku. Please, Polish people, take me as your own. Such a beautiful culture. And 2, because I wanted an excuse to buy these. So a reason I wanted to make this video is that when a lot of people think of a vegetarian diet, for some reason they think that it's not affordable. Not true. I would say that eating vegetarian is way more affordable than eating meat. Yes, it means that you have to prepare more food yourself sometimes, but there's also so many cheap, ready-made vegan meats already available. But obviously not everybody wants to eat highly processed vegan meats. They're also not super healthy for you. For me, these are something that I eat as a treat every so often. But you can still get ready-made proteins that are incredibly quick and easy to prepare, so I wanted to do a little special mention for these items. So I've got 2 bags of ready-made proteins here. These are shelf-stable and last a very long time. This one over here is made out of soy, and this is made out of wheat gluten. So the first one here are some soy chunks. This is practically just soy that's been crumbled up and dried, and to prepare this you should just soak it in water for a little bit and then add it to any dish where you would use some kind of mincemeat alternative. And it's incredibly cheap. Here's some footage I took of another brand, €1 for a bag. And remember that this is the dry amount, but once you absorb it in water, it practically doubles. The other thing I have right here is very common in Chinese cooking, and it is wheat gluten. This is also known as seitan, something that you can also make at home, but is quite labor intensive. It's practically just taking flour and massaging out all of the starch until all you're left with is the wheat protein, the gluten. If you miss that meat texture, this mirrors it quite well. It's very springy. The way to prepare this is also by soaking it in water, so think again, this is doubling in weight and volume. I went ahead and absorbed one in some boiling water just so you could see what the texture is like. Super spongy, but it's quite, like I'm pulling quite a lot, and it takes quite a bit of force to tear it apart, but it has this matrix that meat does as well. Now, I'll be honest, when you open both of these packs, straight up, they're gonna smell like dry dog food. It's not very appetizing, especially when you start soaking them. The soy chunks, they can be quite fragrant. Don't let that turn you off, alright? Put it in a nice sauce, you won't even notice. We're staying in the seed category. Category is seed, specifically watermelon seeds. When I saw this come up on my Instagram, I was completely enthralled. I needed to make this. This is what kickstarted the idea for this video because I couldn't believe that this could be a thing. And I ran to the store, I bought watermelon seeds, and I couldn't find the exact ones I used in the video. These ones that I found were clearly roasted and inside the shell, but I hoped, you know, I thought it could still work, you know? So, I followed the recipe from this person. All it said is that you had to soak them overnight, which I did. While they were soaking, they also made this really weird noise. I hope I could pick it up. After soaking, you need to blend them, strain them through a cheesecloth or muslin, who up, squeezing their big milky ball sack. You then take the liquid that you strained out and you put it in a pot, and supposedly, what this video says is that it should naturally curdle. Alright, so it's been boiling for more than 5 minutes, and as you can see, it hasn't really curdled yet. And then I checked another website, and it suggested to use a setting agent like agar-agar, which I don't have. So I'm gonna try using cornstarch and a little bit of vinegar to see if that works. When I'm telling you that I boiled this for ages, so I just kept adding more cornstarch until it thickened up. I successfully made gloop. Nothing was happening. If someone came by and asked, "Alright, what's going on here?" I'd say nothing. Nothing is going on here. It's been an hour. I put it in the fridge and I said, Inshallah. Inshallah, we will have watermelon seed tofu. It's been a day in the fridge, and here we have it. It's very jiggly, and it's also brown. Ugh! Ugh! As you can see, it's super jiggly. It has this nasty texture on top. I was gonna fry this and make watermelon seed tikka like he does in the video. But I don't know if I can even cut into this without it falling apart. I brought it over to the cutting board. Let's try flipping it over and see what happens. Oh. Oh, okay. No. No. So clearly what we have is something like silken tofu. I don't think we're gonna be able to fry this. But I'm gonna try. This looks like some kind of practical effect meat flesh chunk. It's like I went on the set of The Substance and I lapped up Demi Moore's fake skin. I'm just really disappointed that it didn't curdle by itself. Okay, I'm heating my pan up back here. Now, I also made a little tikka masala mix. Let's just gently sprinkle it over. Alright, let's try putting one piece in. See what happens. Please don't melt. Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god, calm down, girl. She's trying to run away. She's trying to run away. No, this is a nightmare. It's fighting back so much. I can't even flip it over. No, I'm turning it off. You are getting oil everywhere. I don't know what to do with her now. I could maybe cover it in flour and then try frying it. Yeah, so the flour is not helping. It's just fully melting. Here's our watermelon seed gloop. I'm not even gonna give it a ceremony. I'm just gonna try this as is. Okay, I'm gonna take the one piece that has held itself best. Oh, And it completely fell apart. Okay, let's be very gentle. Oh, it completely fell apart. All right, let's be really, like really, really gentle. So this is a piece of just the skin that managed to get fried. It's probably just flour at this point. The gloop itself is so hard to pick up because it just keeps melting. I'm really sad. I really wanted this to work out. Bon appetit. Okay, taste-wise, I really like that. Now, I'll be fair, most of the flavor is the tikka masala mixture that I put on the outside and the fenugreek and chili that I put on the inside. But I do think the seed itself has some savory notes to it. I'm going in for a second bite. I think the seed, you know, is quite fatty, so it has this fatty, nutty flavor to it. And the texture isn't off-putting. I think I would just serve this over rice, kind of like a silken tofu. It's not bad, looks nothing like what I expected. So I'm a little bit disappointed, and I did want it to have that texture of paneer that's kind of squeaky and chunky and chewy. You know, we can't get everything in this world. So for the final source of protein that I wanted to talk about in this video, we have chickpea flour. You can find chickpea flour in Indian supermarkets most easily. It's sometimes called gram flour or jana flour. It's just finely milled dried chickpea powder. And there's a lot of uses for this. I already talked about some when talking about the Burmese tofu. Like I said, original Burmese tofu was in fact made with gram flour. But for today, I found a recipe from this person on Instagram who turned it into desi protein bars. So I started this recipe by roasting the chickpea flour in a dry pan. Now in this video, she uses ghee. I don't have ghee, so I'm just gonna use regular butter. You melt that in, and then you add some dates, which I soaked for a little bit. Blend it all together with some optional cardamom powder. You let that set in the fridge, and then you should have these no-bake cookie protein bars. In the video description, she says that the nutrition per bar is that each one is 100 calories and each one is 3.8 grams of protein. Okay, it's not, you know, 30 grams of protein up my levels of high protein. Alright, so our little chickpea protein bars have been sitting in the fridge for a couple of hours. Looks like this right now. I'm gonna cut it into chunks. There we go. Let's try it out. This is great. It has the exact texture of a protein bar, but it doesn't have that nasty protein bar flavor. And it kind of just tastes like cardamom, and I love cardamom. I really like it. If you covered this in chocolate, it literally would be a protein bar. It has a great, chewy, nougaty texture. No notes, no complaints. Would definitely make this again. Alright, well, after all that mixing and talking, I'm pretty tired, I'm pretty pooped out. That was a difficult workout, alright? We targeted all our main areas. Annoying, stupid, and entertaining. Really trained those ones today. Now, if we want to work on your fitness goals, I'm gonna want to see you back here next Friday, alright? Can you promise me that? Alright, promise it to me. Promise right now, go in the comments right now and say, I promise to be here next week. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun trying new things. If I could recommend anything after this video, it would definitely be that chickpea flour protein bar, the lentil tofu, and Twarog. Like, become Polish. Become Polish now. Do it. Do it. Do it. I would love to know what you guys are enjoying, so go watch my other videos. Let me know which one you like the most. You can follow my socials. They're all linked in my channel bio. I post behind the scenes content and old pictures of my looks. If you have any terrible vegetarian struggle meals, comment them down below. I think I'm going to use that in my next video. And if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. As I mentioned, I'm trying to post every week on Friday. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.